Alright, this video is in reference to what I documented on this day in 2024 in Los Angeles, where I'm remaining at, as you can see the address, Alvarado Gardens, where I'm living and working. And on this day, I'm inside of my apartment at this time at 3:48 p.m. I'm starting this video at approximately a couple seconds before 3:48, 3:47 p.m. And this is where I'm remaining. This is the wall where the demon possessed are intentionally, the way that they're monitoring is very specific. So as I document underage children, this demon right here brings in her child that begins dancing around to monitor me with underage third parties. And she's been engaged in this for a prolonged period. It's relevant to also what I'm documenting. I'm going to show you the fake sun over my apartment. But this is relevant to an act of terrorism. The entity Starbucks, the government is going to be prosecuted for all of the sick and depraved and psychopathic manners of targeting someone and engaging in what are tactics of psychological torture. So engaging in what is gang stalking through a child is one of those methods. The impossible light activity is demonic. The passive-aggressive psychopaths that are gang stalking together collectively and doing so while a child is a means of pacing, and the engineered light that you see swiping across the seats, the wall, the ceiling, onto the opposite end, having the dancing light. I documented all of this. The entity is monitoring, and it's relevant to the hostility. Hostility is legally analyzed with regard to the demon possessed, who use methods of witchcraft. They use black magic. They use the use of illusions such as the sun, which is actually idle over one address all day long, and it's not the natural environment, to target someone. And this is the specific environment where I'm being gang stalked while I'm at the same time publishing the evidence about the kidnapping that this entity committed. Okay, Tracy Banks acts as the entity at the Woodside Senior Apartments as a facility and venue where the entity was gang stalking, evident through the maintenance of the fake sun over me, which at the same time is at no point going to be over this building like it is right now, where the people of the state are gang stalking inside of the venue at 507 North Euclid Avenue, where the fake sun is documented, as you'll see on the Google Drive, this morning outside of this window during the 9 a.m. hour. So that's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. That's 6 hours over the apartment building where this entity is engaged in domestic terrorism, psychological torture, and engaging in kidnapping, like I am editing and publishing onto the venue of the internet. Now that's just context regarding domestic terrorists that are bringing in children to engage in satanic behavior designed to monitor an American citizen, and they do so with knowledge that is being documented. And pay attention to the impossible light activity because it's directly relevant to the maintenance of a fake sun. That is not possibly not the cause of what is simultaneous presence path, relevant positioning, and impossible light activity. Both stationary on the wall with a drive-through window, and then also dynamic, where they're all monitoring, and they're doing so by virtue of presence. So being in an establishment, making money, and gang stalking with the government at the same time. This is public corruption. This is stalking by meeting in the path. And this is the same Starbucks where I was at this morning taking a picture of the fake sun. This is an illusion where nothing other than the shadow of the building extends in the street, and the fake sun does not go anywhere. That's why it's over the same roof. And this is a demon that's also, again, they're monitoring my vagina. They do the same thing with regard to presence in the path, stalking with light activity. 5HDL095 under the fake sun. And I want to be clear, this is at the same time outside of my bedroom window at Los Angeles, and that's also how you know that that's a stalker. And that's also a stalker in there using minor children to monitor an American citizen with the government that's engaging in a documented pattern of kidnapping in order to obstruct justice. What is over 507 North Euclid Avenue? Woman is flying over me in, which is plane, commercial plane. Fake sun is remaining over the venue. The entity is doing so while they are monitoring the evidence, while they're gang stalking. Impossible light under the fake sun that is not outside of my bedroom window in Los Angeles. The entity is gang stalking by evidence of that specific environment, which defies nature. The entity is honking their horns with regard to activity creation. The traffic lights and everything happening at this intersection where they're pacing all around me is pursuant to what I'm doing as I'm doing it. The Ontario International Airport flying over where the fake sun is sitting idle. The city of Ontario is engaged in gang stalking like the city of Los Angeles is on this day, evident by the amplified helicopter activity while I'm inside of my bedroom, subject to the sex offense by the entity that's gang stalking. This impossible light activity happening inside of my bedroom as well, where you will see impossible light on the ceiling inside of my bedroom, where that is never the product of the sun. Neither is the sun mutually over 507 North Euclid Avenue, nor is the sun creating any sunlight when EPINC1 drives by a building, or nor creates any sunlight on the ceiling inside of my bedroom where the entity is gang stalking. This is P.O.C. It's currently 3:52 p.m. This is relevant to that specific environment where the entity is monitoring on an ongoing basis, on a ceaseless basis, like I've been documenting. And this is the entity that is subject to federal prison, gang stalking by the Ontario International Airport that's flying over my head, where I am capturing this video in a white plane with a blue underbelly. That's either United Airlines, that is either Delta Airlines, that's engaging in that pattern of conduct with knowledge. And that pattern of conduct is speaking to a light source that's not over Woodside Senior Apartments. That's also what you're paying attention to. But at this time, on this day, the entity is keeping the fake sun directly over my window, my bedroom window in Los Angeles at the same time, which is documenting the specific environment and how Starbucks is engaging in the P.O.C. You see the fake sun over the front entrance that I'm facing. This is impossible light activity having nothing to do with the fake sun. Neither does any of the dynamic light inside of the venue, okay? Everything that's happening in this environment, which is demonic, is designed to monitor someone. Monitoring is pursuant to stalking, and the people of the state are going to be prosecuted for gang stalking. This is P.O.C. It's 3:53 p.m. The people of the state exhibit severe mental illness while they engage in the pattern of conduct, and this is the public corruption that is inherent to California, that is gang stalking, targeting American citizens. This is P.O.C. It's 3:53 p.m. You're witnessing impunity. You're witnessing impunity. It is evident through the specific environment. The entity is engaging in the pattern of conduct, and the more I document, the more circus-like the light activity becomes, and that's going to be prosecuted as psychological torture. This is P.O.C.